Hello, welcome into my workshop and welcome to the show Creations in Clay. My name is Louis Palladini, and tonight I'd like to do an animal that everyone is familiar with. I want to do a brown bear. This is one of the largest bears. They actually referred to them as the brown bear. They call them the Kodiak bear. They're up in Alaska, and they probably get up to about 1,500 pounds or more, and it's a very big bear. And I thought that would be a very interesting project to do for tonight, and I'll show you how to do that from start to finish. I'll show you the types of clay that you can use. There's an oil-based clay such as this. This is the one I mentioned when I was little. I used to use it all the time, and it never hardens. And you can make things over and over again, and then when you get tired of them, just make something new. And the other type of clay that you can use is an air hardening clay such as this, which will harden in a couple hours or overnight. And this one here is nice because it's permanent, and then you can paint it. My preference for the clay is a clay called Super Sculpey, which can be baked at the oven at about 275 degrees for about 15 or 20 minutes. And you can drill it, sand it, you can make a tremendous amount of detail with it. That's why I really like it. And it doesn't harden until you actually fire it in the oven. The size balls of clay that we'll be using for the bear tonight are this right here. This will be for the head. And then for the body, we'll use this size right here. And then we'll use these 4 smaller balls of clay right here. And these will be used for the legs. We'll use these 2 small balls right here, and those will be used for the ears. And then we'll use this small piece of clay here, which will be used for the tail. The first thing that we want to do is, I'll show you on the bear that I didn't paint, we want to make the head and the body, this portion right here. So we won't worry about the legs just yet, but I'll show you how to do the head and the body and how to create the nose. We'll take these 2 pieces of clay here, we're going to take the body, and I'll show you, we're going to kind of squeeze it almost into like a potato type shape. So you just kind of take and squeeze it between your fingers, just like this. And what we're going to do now is take the other ball of clay here, and we're going to attach it to the bear right here. And attach see that? You kind of work it together. See, I'm working that together with my fingers. Just going to work that like that. And then what we're going to do is we want to create the snout on the bear. So you take your fingers like this. See, I'm kind of pulling that out. You just kind of pull with your fingers. I'll try to show you this way. See, I'm just pulling. Just like that. And you want to make this shape here. Let me just kind of flip it around so I can see what I'm doing. And that's about right. I'll show you. See that how I made that? You kind of want to square it off a little bit. Just like that. And then the eyes, I'll kind of push those in a little bit like that. But that's the shape that you want. See that, how I kind of squared it off a little bit? That's what it will look like from the side, the head, and this will be the body. The next thing that we want to do is we want to make the legs. So I'll show you how to do those. And the legs are right here. You see this leg here, and we'll make the foot. So we're going to make the 4 legs, and I'll show you how to attach those. So that's the front leg and then the rear leg. So I'll show you, we'll make these. You take, and just think of it almost as like a log. See, I'm taking and kind of pulling this out. So I'm just kind of pulling that apart like that. And then we want that shape right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the bottom and kind of pull out the foot area. And see how I created that? So this is what the leg will look like. And that's what it looked like from the front and the side. And see, I kind of pulled out that foot, and we'll attach that to the side of the bear in a minute. I'll proceed to show you how to do the other leg. These are going to be the front legs. So we'll take this, and I will take this here. See, I'm just kind of pulling that out. See, it's almost like a log-like shape. And you kind of go around like that. And then what you do, see how I lengthen that out? And then the foot is kind of taken, kind of pinch that out. See, I'm kind of pulling it up. And that's how you would make the foot. And what I'm going to do is I want to compare it to the other one that I made. See how they're very similar size? And we'll proceed to make the back leg. I'll take this piece of clay here, and we're going to pull it out, almost like a log type shape. See that? And this one here, we'll keep it a little thicker though. See in this area here, I'm kind of making this a little bigger. We'll flatten it out a little bit, but it almost looks like a steak of, that's what reminds me right now, like a steak. Then what I want to do is we want to work this foot out. So I'm going to take and work this. See, I'm just kind of and we're going to pull that out a little bit. Just like that. And this is what the leg will look like with the foot. That's what it will look like from the side, front, and the other side. And we're going to make the other leg in the exact same manner. And these are the rear legs. I'm going to take this, pull it out, just like that. Think of a log. And then I'm going to kind of flatten that a little bit in the center like that with my fingers. See how I'm flattening that? And then we're going to proceed to make the foot. See, I'm just kind of see I'm kind of pulling it up with my thumb and my fingers like that. Just like that. And we'll look at the other leg, and I want to compare these now. Say they're approximately the same size, and we will proceed to put these on the bear in a minute. I want to do the front legs first. So we'll take these front legs, and see this? I'm going to take this, and just kind of push it in like this. Just like that, to create the leg. Just kind of push it in like that. And then what we will do is I want to get a toothpick over here, and we've used these in the past. I'm going to take, see on the inside of the leg here? I want to take and kind of push that clay together on the other side here. So this will be attached here. So I take, and I'm pushing the clay up into the bear. You want to do the exact same thing. Doing that. And we'll proceed to do the other leg. And we'll take that. See that? We'll take and push that in like that. Work it in. Just like that. And then we're going to go underneath, and we're going to do the exact same thing we did before. See right here, I'm pushing that clay up against the leg. You want to make sure it's very secure there, so it doesn't come apart. So we've done that. Now we're going to proceed to do the back legs. So I'll take this, and see how we kind of just push this into the bear here. So I'm kind of pushing that in and working that in with my fingers. Just like that. We're going to go all the way around. See how we put that in there? And we'll proceed to do the other side. I'm going to take this leg now and just place it on this side. You can see, just like that. I'm working it in. See, I'm working that in with my fingers. And then we'll work the underneath part, like we had done on the front legs. So take the toothpick and kind of use that to push up against the leg. See how I'm doing that? Because we want to make sure it's attached. And then I'll do that, proceed to do that on the upper part. See, I'm kind of taking the toothpick and pushing that up against the leg, just like that, because I want to make sure that those are attached. So the next thing that I want to do is, let's see, we got this bear, so just kind of make sure he can stand up on his own. What I want to do is create the head of the bear now, and I want to add the nose. So what we're going to proceed to do is I'm going to get a piece of clay. I got some extra clay right down here. I'll show you. I'm going to take a little piece of clay like this. I'll show you the size right here. See my fingers there? And what we're going to do is proceed to make that into a nose. So I'm going to take this, flatten it out like this. I'll show you the shape. It's kind of small, so I'm almost going to make like a triangular shape. See that? Now we're going to proceed to put that in front of the bear's nose right here. I'm going to put that right there. And we're going to attach it. See how we attach that in the front? And then I'm going to see if I have another type of toothpick, the one with the blunt end. See, this toothpick here, I like this because it's got kind of like a sharp point here, but it's got a more dull point here. What we're going to do is take and make the bear's nose. So right here, I want to show you, you take and go like this. And then you do this on the other side. See that? How you take and go like that? And you create the bear's nose. And then the other thing that I want to do is we want to separate the jaw. So I'm going to take this toothpick and just kind of push that in like that. And we're going to make just like this. So I'm separating that. So we can open that up a little bit. And then you get the nose. And then I want to proceed to do the eyes. So I'll show you how to do those. We're going to take our sculpting tool that I've mentioned in the past, and we're going to take, you see I'm going to carve out the eyes like this? I'll move it so you can get a good view. And then I'll proceed to do the other side, right about here. You go from one side, and then you go from the other side. I just want to make sure I did that correctly. And then what I want to do is we're going to take that clay that we sculpted out, and we're going to put it back into that eye area. So I'm going to take and roll a couple of little balls about that size, and we're going to put those back into the eyes. So I'm going to put one here, and then the other one I'm going to put right in here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to work this in with the tool, just like this. See, I'm putting that in. We'll just do that. And then we're going to do the same to the other side. Just like that. Work that in. And then what I also want to do is get a little more clay. We're going to make like the brow area. So we'll use the additive technique. So I got a little piece of clay like about this size here. And we're going to attach that, and I'll show you. You kind of make that into the brow shape. See that? Now we're going to place that on top of the eye here. Like this. See that? Just like that. Place that there. You're just going to work it in a little bit. And we're going to do the same exact thing to the other side. So So we make that piece again. I'll show you just about that size there. And we're going to take and apply that to the other eye. I'm going to put this here. And kind of attach that like that for the eye. And one of the other things that I want to do now is we want to create the eyes. So we're going to take the toothpick and poke that into the eye here, just like that. And then we'll go and do the same thing on the other side. See that? And you kind of rotate it a little bit. And I do want to touch up the nose a little bit here. I was just looking at it. I want to take and put this in the front again, like that. And take that. See that, how I kind of fix it a little bit? Let that jaw come down a little bit. And then we'll proceed to make the ears. And I'll show you how to do that. We're going to take these two balls of clay here for the ears. And I'll show you, I want to flatten it out a little bit like a pancake, but I want to do almost like a U-type shape. I'll show you right here. I'm flattening this out. See that shape there? That's the shape that you want for the ear. So what we're going to proceed to do is we're going to proceed to put that right about here on the bear. And just work that in with your fingers, just like that. And then we're going to proceed to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to take this piece of clay here, flatten it out, and make that U shape. And we're going to proceed to place this on the other side here. Just kind of take your fingers. See, I'm going all around to work that in. And one other thing that I want to do is take my sculpting tool now, is we're going to scoop out the inner part of the ear here. So you're going to take this triangular shape here and just go in here and kind of scoop that out a little bit. And then we're going to proceed to do it the same thing to the other side. Just kind of go in there and scoop this out. You know, make those little indentations in the ears. And, you know, he's starting to shape up now. So the next thing that we want to do is this type of clay here, where I'm going to fire it in the oven. I'm going to poke a little hole in the bottom to let the gases or the gases escape from the clay. I'll put like a few holes because that way it'll prevent them from cracking. See that, what I did? And you can see the little holes. The next thing that we want to do is we want to create some fur. But before I do that, I just remember there's one more thing we want to do. We want to take and make the tail. So this tail here, I'll show you the shape that we want to make. You kind of flatten it out a little bit. This is the little tail that we're going to attach to the back. So what we're going to do is take this and attach his tail. See that right there? And just kind of work that in like that. And now he's got his nice little tail. And now what we're going to proceed to do is make fur all over the body. I'll show you what we're going to do. On this bear here, see how I made all these, the fur lines for the fur? Did it on the bottom. I did it on the face. You can see the face. What we're going to proceed to do is we're going to make that fur all around the bear like that. And then we're going to put indentations in the foot, you know, for the toes. The first thing that I will show you how to do is we can do the indentations on the toes. So we're going to go, see that foot? What I'm going to do is take and go 1, 2, 3. You might want to do like a fourth one. And do the same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you do the same thing on the back. I just want to say 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll do the same thing in this last foot here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, in order to make the fur, you're going to make short strokes. So now we're going to proceed to make the fur on the bear's face. So see, I just kind of take these short strokes, just like this. We're going to go all around the bear. On the face, you wanted the fur a little shorter, so just do smaller strokes. So like the top of the nose here, we just kind of take these very small strokes. Do that. And we'll kind of go up and work that into the face, go up around the eyes. See, I'm just taking very short strokes. We want to do the same on the other side. And then we want to proceed to make the fur on the back of the ears. So you can see this, I'm just kind of making little short strokes here. So what we'll do is we'll proceed to go around the entire bear in this manner, making the fur. So as you get down towards the back area here, in the legs, you can use longer strokes because the fur is probably a little thicker and heavier in this area. See how I'm doing that? Just taking, and you want to make that texture like that. Just kind of work it like that and go all the way around the leg. Do that. You want to do the body here. You want to do the underside. So kind of just making that nice texture for the fur. Just go like that. You just kind of go all around the body very slowly. And then you do the back leg here. You know, fur is probably a little thicker in some places, so just kind of take and work it like that. Just like that. And you'll do the fur in that manner around the entire bear. So when you're complete, I will show you what the fur should look like. On this bear here, you can see the face. I'll turn it up so you can see it. I made the nice little short strokes for the face area. And then see how the back, I made longer strokes? This fur here is probably a little thicker, so I made longer strokes for that fur. You know, you want to do the underside. You want to do the other side. And then you want to do the back and the tail area right here. And it has a very nice effect once you complete the entire set of fur. And once I fired it, it was really nice. But what I wanted to do now is show you how to paint this. We're going to be using acrylic paints, which can be bought in any art store. There's 18 in this package, and it's great. These are very easy to wash up and clean up if you get it on your hands, or if you get it on something that it washes off right away. The colors we will be using are, open this up, we're going to be using brown for the body. We will be using red for the mouth, yellow for the eyes, and then we'll do black for the eyes. And then I want to use this other, like lighter tan color for the inside of the ears. So we'll put these aside, and I'll show you the size brushes that we want to use. Usually when I want to do like the eyes or the eye area, I want to use a small brush like this. Something with I try to find the smallest tip that I can in order to do the eyes. And then for the body of the bear, the brown, we'll be using this size brush here because this is a good brush. It covers a lot of area. The mouth area, we'll probably use this brush here. And I think that's, and then I'll get another brush about this size because when we get near the face, I might have to do the brown paint, but it's a little harder where there's a lot more. You got to go around the eyes, you got to go around the nose and such. The first thing that I think we will do is I want to do the yellow eyes. See these here? we're going to do black for the eyeballs and then the yellow in there. And then we'll proceed to do the red for the mouth and the black nose. And then we'll do like a light tan for the ears here. And I'll show you how to do that. I want to do the nose first, which is this area right here. Just like that. I'm going to dab it. Like that. And just kind of go around. And then what I also want to proceed to do is I want to see if I can do the eye area. I'm going to try to make more of a tip on this. So what we do is we stick this right into where the eyeball is. And then we do the same thing on the other side. And then what I'll do is I want to wash this brush off. And we're going to use the yellow for the eyes. And I'll try to just dab a few of these areas here. See that? And then what we'll proceed to do is I want to do the tan for the ears. See the ears here? We're going to take and dab this in here. Just like that. We'll do that the same to the other side. You fill it in nicely. I'll show you how we'll do the red. See this here? We're going to go into the bear's mouth. And you want to do the top and the bottom of the inside of the mouth. See that? Comes out nice. And then we will proceed to paint the body, the brown. The first place I'll start basically is, see this? You want to do the underside of the bear. Go back and forth, back and forth. I want to cover those areas there because then we can do the top part of the bear. But you want to do the underside of the bear. Just go back and forth like that. See, I'm just going back and forth. You want to kind of dab that nicely. Go back and forth. And then what you also want to do too is I would paint the inside of the legs. See the legs here? You want to get those, the inside. Paint the inside like that. And I would do the same on the side right here. Just like that. And then we'll flip it over and we'll do the same for the other side here. See the legs? Just like that. Back and forth, back and forth. And then what we'll proceed to do is you want to paint the entire bear in that manner. So we'll paint the legs. See, I'm painting the legs here. You're going to go around the entire bear in that manner. Just like that. And then, see, I'm doing that. Back and forth, back and forth. We'll get the other leg. See that? Back and forth. And we just want to blend that nicely for the fur. But you'll go around the entire bear in that manner. Now, when you do get to the face, you will use a smaller brush, like this. And this will make it easy. Just kind of just dab it very lightly, because you don't want to, some of the detail work you did in the eyes and the nose, you don't want to ruin that. So just see how you just kind of dab it just ever so slightly. And try not to go over the work that you just did on the eyes. And see that? I'm just trying to, see how I'm just trying to go around that very slowly. And then just kind of dab around. You know, If you do get too much, some of the brown paint on what you did before, you can just paint over that again. But just kind of do it in that manner. And I will show you what the completed bear should look like when it's done. Here is the brown bear fully painted. As you can see, I don't do the bottoms of the feet. I did all the underside. I did the entire side. I did the top and the back. The back where the tail area was. And then on that side, and then you can see I did the red for the mouth inside for the bear. See, I did that. The black for the nose, the black eyes with the yellow, and then I had like a kind of tan-like color inside the ears. So, you know, it has a very nice effect when it's all completed. I do want to thank you for coming to Creations in Clay tonight, and I do look forward to seeing you again next week, and goodbye for now. Thank you.